Hey, hello everybody, my name is Brett. I am here to do a Who Knows tutorial for you. This is Michaela, she's going to be my model today. Just to give you a couple of little quick things, when you get your prosthetic, you're going to get also your remover and your little cup of Prostate or Prosade, depending on whoever is telling you what it is. This is going to be your adhesive to apply it to your skin, and then the remover obviously. A couple of little tricks that I have first is make sure from the inside of the prosthetic you have the two little breathing holes here. We've left you enough room to be able to still breathe out of the nose a little bit. Make sure that you pluck any extra little foam out of there. Don't take too much away because you don't want to go through the foam latex appliance. But just on the back side, you'll be able to pluck out the extra little flashing so that the person can breathe that's wearing the nose. Okay, the next thing you want to do is make sure that any extra flashing around the prosthetic is just plucked away so that you have a nice blending edge to adhere the prosthetic to their face. I've seen this done a lot of different ways. What you could do is go ahead and apply your prosthetic adhesive and stick it right to the face and just get it where you want it and then finish up the edges. Or you could take a little bit of baby powder and tap around the prosthetic with the baby powder. And what that's going to do is it's going to leave you a little line around the prosthetic of where the baby powder or the prosthetic was lying, and then you could come in and place your prosthetic adhesive all the way around where you want that piece to sit. I don't necessarily do that much anymore, but it's still a nice tip so that you know that you're not gluing outside of where the prosthetic area is. You want to stay back about 1/4 inch from the edge because you want to be able to blend the piece down to the skin. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up the adhesive. And I'm going to have her hold on to it for me. Just a real quick little test fit. How does that feel for you? And then I'm going to go ahead and just start tacking down where I want the prosthetic to sit. I'm not going to glue all the way to the outsides because I don't want the blending edge of the prosthetic to be glued down initially. I'm going to do all of that after first fitting. And then I'm going to open up the prosthetic slightly. Sit it where I want it, and then push down the rest. Make sure I've got a good fitting. Ask her if she can breathe out of that okay. And then I'm going to go around the rest of the prosthetic. And I don't want my cotton swab to have too much Prostate on it. I want to have just enough that I can glue the piece down, but if I use too much, it's going to take forever to dry. It may roll the edge of the prosthetic in on itself, and so you want just enough. And so I'm going to go ahead and start right here, and I'm going to roll my cotton swab up underneath and allow the edge to sit down inside that adhesive. And so I'm going to do the same thing all the way around, just roll up underneath. And you want to roll down into the skin underneath the prosthetic and roll the prosthetic out onto the cotton swab. If you roll the opposite direction, you'll actually roll the edge back in on itself. fastening left on the bottom of the piece right here that I left on until I get ready to glue the lip, and then I'll go ahead and pluck it away so that it fits her exactly where I want it. And generally I always try to work from the center out, and so I'll come back to the center here as well. Okay, so I've got a little lifted edge right over here that I did on purpose. If you take a little bit of baby powder and put on the edge of your finger, you can actually place your finger against the prosthetic and where the adhesive is, and you won't lift it. And so if I do that, I can actually come back underneath here again and lift up that edge and lay it back down, and the prosthetic and the adhesive wouldn't have stuck to myself and pulled it away. And so I can fix those areas really nice and easy. And now I've got a blended piece. And something that you can do fairly quickly just to hide this edge is just take a little bit of the prosthetic adhesive and put around the edge of it, and then you can tap in with either a Q-tip or your finger some baby powder, and that'll keep that edge finished, and it'll also help to hide it a little bit.